There are so many different trading strategies out there. If you're a new trader, you're new to prop trading in particular, how do you know what to choose? I think that VWAP and averages are some of the best indicators to start with. So stay tuned. In this video, I'm going to break down exactly why. If you're new here, my name is Forrest. I am partnered here with MyFundedFutures, focused on new trader education. Make sure you subscribe to our channel, check out the MyFundedFutures Discord, open up your chart, and let's talk about why VWAP matters. First and foremost, VWAP stands for volume weighted average price, right? So we are looking at averages of prices of whatever we're trading. It could be gold, it could be ES, the index, it could be NQ, whatever it is that you're trading. But why should we even care about the average in the first place, right? So let's start with a little bit of philosophy. You want to go and buy a car, okay? And it doesn't really matter what the brand is. You want to buy a truck, and the truck is $40,000, right? You go online, you go to your favorite search engine, you search it up, $40,000 for your current model year truck. How do you know you got a good price on that truck, right? So you go and you look at the average sales price of the truck, right? So the MSRP, what the dealer wants to sell it for, is $40,000. The dealers mark it up and you find out that the average sales price for the truck that you want is a little bit higher. It's $42,000. So if you get it for any amount under $42,000, right, you know you got a good price. The further that you get away from it, the better of a buy signal. Same for the other side of the market, right? So as the market stays above VWAP, you know that sellers are likely to come into the market, people looking to sell. This is important because there's another concept that I want to tie in here, and that is buyers versus sellers. People use that term all the time, and that's not how I think about the market. The market is a double-sided auction in a sense, right? Normally you go to an auction, there's people who are trying to buy items from some seller. The market is a little bit different because there's a ton of people all trying to sell the same item, right? They're trying to sell you one unit of whatever it is that you're trading. You're trying to buy one unit of whatever it is that you're trading, and vice versa, right? Or you're trying to go short, right? You're trying to sell it to somebody. So you're competing. If you're a seller, you're competing against other sellers. If you're a buyer, who are you competing with? Pop quiz, other buyers. So let's open up the chart, keep that in mind, and walk through some examples. All right, so we are looking at NQ. If you're a new trader, you're not familiar with what NQ is, it is an index, right? The NASDAQ 100, I trade NQ and ES every single day. They are synced together. We won't spend too much time on that. Just know that this is a very high leverage product. It moves a lot. We had a 500 move during RTH today. You can actually see this huge move there. One NQ contract is worth $20 a point. So this was about an $8,000 move that we had today if you were in that. Cool. So let's say that you're looking to trade into another move. How do we know what a good price is, right? So we're often talking about supply and demand zones, but I've plotted this VWAP. So if you want to get a VWAP indicator, you can use this one. It's just VWAP session. If you go into indicators and TradingView, if you use TradingView, it doesn't really matter what tool you use. I will say that you can use whatever tool you want. Just find a VWAP indicator and it will give you the volume weighted average price, right? So it is an average weighted around volume. Why does that matter? Because we want to account for large quantities of things, right? We want the not just the average price at a time, we want the average price based off of volume across time. Very important. So you're a seller, you're competing against other sellers. What does it mean to be a good seller? You're offering a competitive price, which means that you want to offer a lower price. So what will happen is as we start to get to these target areas, as sellers start to compete, you will see things like the market start to front run these prices, right? The market's doing this, we'll get here. There's a zone here, but people want to sell. You want to get in. You want to get in before it reverses. You're thinking about it and everybody else. And so it'll start to front run these levels a little bit sometimes, right? Because the sellers are competing, right? So if there's heavy competition between the sellers, you'll start to see the chart front run these levels. What about the buyers? If there's heavy competition with the buyers, right? If the buyers are competing, okay, they're going to buy at a higher price. So it's the same thing. Let's say we get a reversal here. We have this level down here. Okay, let's just say that this is our support. You and everybody else, all millions of you are looking, trying to get in. And so you front run it, right? You get in here, this 18,476, instead of waiting for it to get lower, right? So people start to front run these prices. They start buying on the way down because they're skittish. What we need to do as traders is get the best price. I'm going to write that down for you. We want the best price. Why? Why do we want the best price for us? Why? It sounds very cliche because the price that we get in at is going to affect us emotionally and it is going to affect how we manage the trade. The price we enter at will affect us emotionally. This is probably the most important factor as a trader. You want to, again, using VWAP, any price under this blue line, if that's the average, I know I'm getting a good price. Any price above this line, I know I'm getting a good price. But remember, if I go long here and the market runs down, right, let's say the market's coming down and I go long here at 18,487. We'll get rid of that. The market comes down, keeps coming down, all the way down to here, and then it bounces. Okay, so it comes down to 18,471. I could have just waited, knowing that the market's going to want to retest this wick down here. I could have just waited. Okay, this is technically still a good price, and this is an important factor as well, because in general, if you buy below VWAP and you expect it that you're in a ranging market, your trade will eventually go green, which is an important concept in just holding trades. If you buy under VWAP, if we're in a ranging market, you can expect that your trade will go green. If I sell above VWAP in a ranging market, my trade will go green. Something else to look out for is, what if the market stays above VWAP? What if we never go under it? It would be silly in that case. We're probably in an uptrend market, right? We're probably, because the market's running away from the average. The average is chasing it. It would be silly in that case to short, right? Because we're probably in a trend. Same if the market stays under VWAP, right? That means that the market is probably in a downtrend. Pretty important. So buying under here means you're getting a good price. Let's review what we've talked about so far. 1, buying under VWAP means we got a good price. 2, selling above VWAP means we got a good price. 3, the better the price we enter at, the better off we are emotionally. And I want to talk about this, and we'll use the current session as an example. Okay, let's replay. Let's go back to here. On the 5-minute chart, we see that we're coming under VWAP right here. Okay, there's a candle. We get that there. Let's imagine within this candle, I went long right here under VWAP, right? I did not wait for the sweep of this price. So I'm eating all this drawdown, even though if we keep replaying this, you can see that we eventually come back above VWAP. Look how long I'm red, because I was not patient. So there's 2 factors here that are really, 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 really important in trading that I don't think people talk about enough. One is, again, if you get below VWAP in a ranging market, your trade probably will go green. But your ability to manage the trade is going to be based off of your trade size. So if I'm in all this red in this drawdown and I'm in 1 MNQ, that's $2 a contract. It's whatever. But what if I'm in 10 NQ, $200 a point? I'm probably going to freak out and sell, even though the trade is eventually going to go my way. So here's what I want you to do as a new trader. I want you to ask yourself, am I buying? It's a quick little checklist. Below VWAP. And 2 is, what is the best price I think I can get in this market? And the other side of that is, am I selling above VWAP? And the same thing, what is the best price I think I can sell at in this market? And this market just means today's session, right? Whatever the current session is. 2 really simple questions, but I promise you, if you ask yourself this before you press the button, am I buying below VWAP? And if the market is only above VWAP, maybe you're not in a ranging market at all. You're in a trending market, right? Quick little way to identify a trend. But the averages in general, they work across all time frames. They're super important, and they're a good smoke test for if you're even thinking about the market correctly at all, right? Regardless of volume, regardless of anything else, right? You can always expect that if we're in a ranging market, and if we zoom out to we'll even just go to the 1 hour, okay, you can see that we're in a pretty ranging market, right? You see I have all this TA done. We have this demand zone that we took a long out of today. But look at all the ranging here, right? We've been in this macro range right here since, February 24th. So it's a really good question to ask yourself. Am I buying below the average? I could do the, VWAP on a higher time frame. I won't in this case, but you should practice just like that. That's all I really wanted to talk about in this video. I really wanted to help you guys understand that, 1, what it means for buyers to compete against buyers and sellers to compete against sellers. I think that's a really important component of when we talk about who is participating in the market. One of the mistakes and the common things that I hear is that people will say there was a lot of selling at the top, but there's a lot of buying at the lows. Every trade has a buyer and a seller, okay? It's impossible for a trade to exist without a buyer and a seller. So that's incorrect. if there's buyers competing, right, that means that the price is going to, what's the best thing that if buyers are competing, what do you offer? A higher price, right? Which means that we're going to start to front run lower prices. And it's the exact same opposite of what I said on the other side. So if you're in a buying mode and you're looking to buy, you're going to get skittish, right? The market is going to find very, very strong support, and it's going to start to front run these major areas as people start to pile in and ladder in. Same on the other side. If there isn't a lot of if it's the inverse, right? If there isn't a lot of competition for buyers and sellers are competing, what does that mean, right? That means that they're offering lower and lower prices. It's a small nuance, but it's very, very important, especially as you're feeling pressure in the moment, trying to figure out what is most likely to happen next. Got to ask yourself, what actually makes the most sense here, right? The other side of that, of course, is buying below VWAP, selling above VWAP. This is not an every case scenario, right? Nothing in trading is. Our superpower as traders is discretion. So use discretion, use subjectivity, journal, take notes, and yeah, join us in the Discord to talk more about it. This is just a small lesson, right, that is designed to help you get started. There's a lot of context that is situational and, specific to every single session. I will say that I've seen a lot of things as a trader. So if you want to ask me some questions about a particular session or what I think, I promise you I have thoughts on it. So you can reach out to me. I have a Discord as well. It's called Trade Edge. There's a link down below. You can tag me in the MyFundedFutures Discord, which you should 100% join if you're not in. That's crazy if you're not there. And you should be aware of the April promo that we have going on right now. I have a link down below for that as well. But that is it. Thank you for tuning in and see you in the next video. Peace.